Hey.
Hi. We got all glammed up today to shoot a video in our kitchen about one of our favorite recipes, which is basically little wontons that we fill with vegetables. So what you need to do is get you some Veggie Wonton Vegan. These are Nasoya who make these, but it's just like a little wrapper and not that kind of wrapper. Then we're gonna get some veggies. So we already have some onion cooking. So just get yourself a little onion.
Sweet onion.
Sweet onion is good. And you're gonna dice it up, put it in the old frying pan. Let me show you how that's going. Oh yeah.
Delicious.
And put on some tunes, enjoy yourself. We recommend some Mowgli. And then you're gonna get yourself a cute little head of cabbage. But really you can do any ingredients you like. Dice up the cabbage. That'll go in next. We're having a debate right now about whether to add or not to add what, David?
Mushrooms.
No.
Carrots.
Nope.
Third time I'm out.
Which one did you want to add and I don't?
Celery.
Yeah, so that's up to you. We'll see who wins that argument. But get yourself some shrooms. And we like to add carrot and green onion. You could add tofu, you could add pork, you could add whatever you want, but we make up a big batch of these and then we freeze them. What's your tip for freezing them?
Put them in the freezer.
David, what else?
And dance while you're cooking.
Go get, and he likes to put parchment paper in between the different ones because it helps them from sticking together. So we're trying to stay focused on the cooking here.
We are, but we're still having fun.
You gotta have fun in the kitchen. Yeah. So if we make up a big batch of these, we sit down at our little dining table over there and we make a whole bunch. We just sit down there, we get a little bowl for the water for, you know, sealing the edges. We'll show you that in a little bit.
She's quite the
I
taskmaster
know you
also.
can't wait, so hold on. Okay, while you were away, we got just a couple more things done. So we have added the cabbage. We did about a half a head of cabbage that we diced and put in the pan. David is chopping the carrots. They are nicely peeled. Yeah, there might have been a cocktail made. And my advice is share your cabbage and your carrots with your dog because our dog really likes them, and eating that good healthy stuff, vegetables, is good for them. I also cut up some ginger really small, so we added garlic to the onion. We added the cabbage. I'm about to add the ginger. The nice thing about this recipe is there's no real exact measurements. So you can find measurements almost anywhere for a recipe for pot stickers or spring rolls, which is basically what we're doing. And then you just add and subtract as you go. Like what was in the recipe that we didn't want to add this time?
36, 24, 36. Those are the measurements you need to be worried about.
Oh my God. So there were water chestnuts in the recipe that we found. Neither of us really likes those. So omit the water chestnuts and just make it your own. And what we love about this recipe is it's super time saving because in the middle of the week, if it's a busy day at work and you don't really have time to make something homemade, but you need a nutritious filling meal, just pop some of these out of the freezer into the fry pan. We'll show you that process too. And I also recommend having a little rice ready to eat with these because I love my Japanese rice maker. You can see it here. All I have to do is fill it up with rice and water. It's easy to measure. I turn it on, I ignore it, and it's done before we know it. He's actually gonna shred the carrots today. That's what he decided to do. Action shot. Action. Anyway, we'll tell you what's going on next. Here's the mix. Yum, yum. Getting there. Greetings, Earthlings. We're back. And look what's all done. There you go. Cooked down, not much liquid there. So we have set up the assembly situation. We've got our Nasoya Vegan wraps. Deliciousness. We each put some on a plate in this lovely container, which was my grandmother's Irish shamrock dish. We put a little water. We each have a spoon to dig into the goodness. And we put about a tablespoon in here in each wrapper, I would say. And then you just carefully moisten the ends with the water. And then we put them on a parchment lined sheet pan He fills his a little thicker than I
well,
do
it's my
mine.
first one.
Yeah,
Come
I
on,
know.
give
It
me a
takes
break.
there's a learning curve. But
Then you just moisten the edges.
Yep. And you really might only have to moisten 2 edges, but you know, some people are overachievers.
Overachiever over here.
And then we just put them on that little parchment lined paper so that when we go to put them in the freezer, they've had space to spread out, and that looks beautiful.
Voila, even though it's too full.
It's a little too full, but that's okay. If some filling spills when you cook them, it's not the end of the world. It is important to make sure that the filling is cooled before you start this process. These delicious little wrappers are not very thick if you haven't worked with them before. So if you put hot stuff in here, it just starts to kind of cook already. It's not the best deal. So we will show you what it looks like when we fry some up for dinner. Can't wait. So it's been about 10 or 15 minutes and we've progressed quite nicely with our wontons here. We actually have 2 layers. There's a whole nother round under here, and we decided to pinch them at the ends to make a little prettier purse, if you will. So that's always an option. You can go all origami with yourself and have fun with this. David's gonna show you a little demo of how these are done with his next one, while I tell you that we brought out a second pack of the Nasoya wraps, and they do have recipes in there, so you could always just go with that. We try to use up all the filling that we have, but if you have extra, it's okay to just like add it on top of your rice, like a stir fry, or maybe you want to add it to eggs or something like that. It's pretty versatile, and we were just talking while we were wrapping these that the first time we made them was
During COVID.
because
My favorite.
yeah. And why did we make them during COVID?
Because we didn't know if we can get food or not.
Like fresh vegetables and nutrients, getting them from whole sources is important, right? So we didn't know at that time how things were going to be in the grocery stores, so we took it upon ourselves to make a bunch of these to freeze up. And because we were stuck at home anyway and had time, we weren't stuck at home for too long, but this is great for situations like that. It's also really good for entertaining because, as we mentioned, we just keep them in the freezer, and so it's easy to pop out and just make a nice appetizer for everybody or make it more of a meal. So we are going to use the remainder of our Nasoya wrappers for another recipe which we love, because where were we over Labor Day weekend?
We were in Hatch, New Mexico.
So in case you don't know, we live in the Southwest, and Hatch, New Mexico is famous for Hatch green chilies, and we went there ourselves to buy a whole bunch of green chilies, like
80 pounds.
80 pounds or so. We're not going to use all of those for wontons, but
We gave some away.
we have friends that wanted some, and so we are making green chili cream cheese wontons, which I thought about because when I said entertaining, and it's just an easy, simple thing to have in the freezer. So anyway, we'll be back in a bit. Almost done. So ta-da, they're done. 2 layers of those. And now David's gonna show us how he puts them in the bag with the parchment, because it keeps them kind of from sticking to each other so much when they're frozen. And there's the dog. He's our careful observer, chomper of extra carrots and cabbage. So just kind of pack them in the bag, just kind of like we did with the sheet pan here.
Just because I do it this way, you can have your own way of doing it. This is just how I do it. And then I would just, continue.
So you have 1 layer on the bottom of the bag, and then are you going to put a second layer on top?
Yeah, I'm just doing another layer, but there's enough room for 1 more layer on the bottom. So, and they may stick. The ones underneath may stick together. It's hard to stop it from sticking sometimes, but and then just do another layer.
So we just pull as many as we want out of the freezer, let them thaw a little bit before we put them in the pan. And I'll take you over to see what's going on with that.
Just when I freeze them, I just try to lay them flat as possible and not to disturb them. And then once they're frozen, then you can move them around.
Okay, so let's see what's going on over here where we're getting ready to cook some. So I've got some butter and oil in a pan. We're heating it up. That is the start. You're going to want a lid also. So these kind of brown on the bottom and then they steam. So I'm gonna get a few to throw in the pan because I hear the butter bubbling. So let's see. Turn your burner on to about medium high. How many do you want? For yourself? And just lay them in there. We try not to disturb them too much at this phase. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Because we want those bottoms to get nice and brown. And if they're not perfectly shaped or they pop open, like this one has a little, no big deal. So I'm gonna turn that up a little, let them sizzle. We want them to be kind of just browning on the bottom, just like when you get them in a good restaurant. They're brown and then they're steamed. So the filling is basically cooked. We don't have any meat in there, so we don't need to worry about that. And we just want them to taste a little crispy on one side. So these are pot stickers, wontons. You can use them in soup. Gyoza in Japanese cuisine, that's what we call them, which means Chinese pot stickers, but there's no pork in these. So everything is cooked and you don't have to worry about getting it to a certain temperature and all that. So we're just gonna let these fry up a little and then we'll add water so they steam. We'll put the lid on and let them cook for another few minutes. Should be great. Till the water evaporates. So they've been searing for maybe 4 or 5 minutes. You wanna make sure they get a nice little brown to the bottom of them. See? They're a little, actually a little over maybe.
It'll be fine.
We're gonna add about a half a cup to water to it. Put the lid on, let it sit for another 4 or 5 minutes.
Let it steam out.
Maybe turn it down a little. So you can use a tongs or a spatula to just check the bottoms of them when they're starting to get brown. You can just decide when they're ready for you.
Now that the water's been evaporated, you can see the oil is still in the pan. You just want to let it fry up for about another minute, let it crisp back up, and then they're ready to serve.
And here is our finished products. I serve them with rice. If you are like me, you like a little furikake, sprinkle that on there. And then, like I said, this little chili sauce, Thai chili, sweet chili sauce is really good on them also. So you can drizzle a little of that on the side or on them and enjoy.